morning. This is Anaisha and Avanthika with the daily news only on 90 TV. Our topic for today is the river system of Uttarakhand and Karnataka.
Krishna is almost 1,218 km long. It is one of the major sources of irrigation for Karnataka. There are 7 river systems in Karnataka which with their tributaries drain the state. These rivers are seasonal as they receive water only from the monsoon rains.
Uttarakhand. Yamuna is almost 1,376 km long. It is one of the major sources of irrigation for Uttarakhand. There are 16 rivers in Uttarakhand which flows from the glaciers situated at the Himalayan peaks. These rivers are perennial and receive water both from the monsoons and the melting of snow.
Kaveri is an Indian river flowing through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The Kaveri river rises at Kaveri and flows for about 800 km before its outfall into the Bay of Bengal. The Kaveri is a sacred river to the people of South India and is worshipped as goddess Kaveriyama.
A flood took place in the Kedarnath town of Uttarakhand due to the Mandakini river. In June 2013, a multi-day cloudburst centered on Uttarakhand causing devastating floods and landslides in Kedarnath and became India's worst natural disaster since the 2004 tsunami. Now, let's hear from Jayant and his interview with the Kedarnath flood survivor Miss Kriti.
Today we have with us one of the survivors of the flood, namely Kriti Krishna. So, ma'am, my first question to you is, how did you react when you first saw it raining outside? Did you think that the rains would last for so long and turn into a disaster for everybody, or was it just another day at Kedarnath?
So rains in Kedarnath are very common during the months of June, July and August. So it had started raining since the morning of 15th and it gradually grew ferocious as the day passed on. The Chorabari glacier that we have, it had melted due to the unusual rains that were happening and which resulted in the eruption of the Mandakini river. By night around 8:30, 9 o'clock, the waters had flown into the markets of Kedarnath and what happened next is the history.
Alright, ma'am. Could you give us a brief of what happened after the flood happened, or like after the flood had done its damage?
After the waters had done the damage, the only thing that our eyes could see was pain and devastation. Houses were washed away, shops were thrown away with the water, structures broken, a lot of lives lost and many were severely injured, and our heart was heavy with grief. The relief work which was carried out by the Army, Navy and Air Force with the NDRF team, we're very thankful to them for saving many of us during times like that.
Okay, ma'am. So how exactly did you save yourself whilst this huge disaster?
Yeah, the day was a very dark day and I think I left my home with my parents and my brother for the evening puja that we have in the temple. So we were on our way when I heard the heavy gushing sound of water from above our heads. So as we looked up, the water from the river had overflown and was flowing down the mountain slopes. So we couldn't think of anything else and ran and were trying to run as soon as possible to the temple. But we were just a meter or so away from the door. But then unfortunately the water came rushing down on us and I lost my parents there. Me and my brother were saved fortunately in time because someone has pulled us into the temple. So we endured a lot of severe injuries and we're still recovering, but the aftermath was was the most difficult part of my life. So I pray for the ones who've lost their lives and the ones who've also lost their loved ones. Thank you so much.